it's realistic for us to be able to go in and win the last couple of games that we have. I mean, these are bad teams, period, point blank. But we're not too far removed from being that bad team also. We just now have an identity. And, I mean, we could also get in by winning the division, you know, and that's actual a true possibility.
Yeah, baby. We are back. I could go for some of that stateside vodka.
That was a new one right there, too.
Hey, I got a couple bottles I'll send you.
All right.
Yeah, I send them to me. I already put my request in. Xander, what's going on? What's taking so long, man?
Yeah, you're on back order, Barrett. You know, you're not really a priority. They didn't want to tell you that.
Hey, right. You know, transportation across the country is down, Barrett.
Yeah. Xander said Barrett crushes 6 bottles in 4 days. You're done. They're cutting you off, man. You're done, dude. Yes. This is the biggest party night, bar none. People think New Year's Eve. They think, you know, St. Patty's Day, whatever.
Yeah.
It is the night before Thanksgiving because so many people, you know, go back home or whatever the case, college kids are home. I know. So I'll let you guys in on something. By the way, let's let everybody know that they're watching the Turkey Ball show. Philadelphia Eagles Thanksgiving Turkey Ball special with my man D Gunn, the BCB, Barrett Brooks, Pork Chop, a.k.a. People may not know that nickname, but we'll get into that because we're gonna get into that. Brought to you by JAKIB Media. And again, check us out. You can like the show. You go to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. And it's presented by Ocean Casino. Go for the shows. Go for the win. Biggest party. I want you guys in on something before we even get into that. So I'm in my basement, as you can see. I actually have my drawing, my Breakfast on Broad drawing.
Yeah, your son. Yeah,
my little old school right there. So I'll show you guys. I'll give you a little tour in a minute. But my basement, I live in a split level house. So the basement is 3 steps down from the kitchen. Okay, over this shoulder. So
that would be your right, Rob.
I always have to like, which hand do I throw with? So I'm exactly your other left. I'm having work done in my kitchen, right? I'm having it, you know, just gutted. Okay.
The day before Thanksgiving?
It's been going on for 2 weeks. I'm hoping it's done by Christmas, Barrett, because I'm losing my mind. Okay. Everything is microwaved. Everything is takeout. Everything is crock pot. Ugh.
hey, I got a story. When you finish, Rob, I got a story for you about renovations. You're gonna love this one. Right. I'm sorry.
So if out of nowhere you guys hear some banging and some craziness, that's what's happening. We keep it real on this show. All right.
That happens in my house anyways, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but the problem is I could scurry off into a bedroom, but I got my son who's home from college who sleeps till noon. You guys know that deal.
Oh yeah.
My daughter's room is not exactly set up perfectly for a good backdrop for this. Yeah. And my bedroom looks like a bomb went off. So that's why I'm here. And that's why it may get a little bit loud. So I might give you guys a tour of what's going on at some point.
Hey, look, you were talking about renovations.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm in my wife's office and I'm glad you can't see the rest of it because she has all of her grandkids' Christmas stuff in here, right?
Oh.
And it looks like somebody broke in the window in her office and robbed the place right now. So I had to make a little cubby hole. Now, you were talking about renovations. So my wife decided in December of last year, she wanted the kitchen renovated. Now, I've been putting it off for like 10 years. I said, I'm not doing this. I said, and I tried to use the excuse, well, honey, you know, I'm out of work right now. We can't do this now. And now that didn't work either. So the renovations in my kitchen, and when you say gutted, when the renovations in my kitchen started last December, remember, we were in the midst of the COVID, people, So we had workers coming in and out from December until March to renovate the kitchen. As of September, there was still one aspect we needed change. We couldn't get the guy. The guy would tell us, I'll be there at 6 a.m. We'd get up, put the dogs away. No show. Guy wouldn't show up. So finally they told me, I said, you're done. So the kitchen, so I'm having another friend finish the touches. So you're saying 2 weeks. But it took us like 4 months. Now, outside my wife's office door right here are 3 dogs, 2 little dogs that don't like the big one. They're constantly plotting his death. So I had to have my daughter put all 3 dogs in behind closed doors. I have a grandson who will be 3 in December. I call him my little demolition expert. Anything that's neat and tidy will soon be destroyed.
Oh my God!
My son is around here somewhere.
Sounds like a hotel, Barrett. What is happening here, man?
My one daughter, who's an RN, she works 3rd shift, so a couple of nights a week we keep my new 4-month-old granddaughter. So she's above me in the guest room sleeping. My other daughter's in the kitchen with the 4-month-old in a one of those front backpacks that you carry the baby on, and trying to control her almost 3-year-old son. So if there's anything that breaks out in any given moment, and please, heaven forbid, if the doorbell rings, you're going to hear all 3 dogs. It's going to sound like the Mississippi Tabernacle Choir go off anytime the doorbell rings. So you got problems. I got problems, Rob.
See, the difference between you and me, Derrick, we can't do anything. We can't even change a light bulb. Barrett is actually legitimately handy. Like, Barrett could knock the kitchen out himself in like 2 days.
I did that. I just rebuilt a car, man. I just rebuilt I got a I went and got a I got a Dodge Magnum, and I just redid it, man. I mean, it turned out pretty nice, man. I bought it a month ago, and I said, you know what? I need something big that I can have, a car that I can drive instead of my truck.
Guys,
and I bought it. It's all-wheel drive. Got a 5.7 Hemi in it, man. I put a chip in it. I mean, I did all the stuff to it, painted and everything, man. It looks good now, bro.
Barrett messes with the electricity, man. I said, man, I don't fool with electricity. I'm not gonna be a Christmas tree.
No.
I'm not messing with
First of all, I'm the furthest thing from well done. I'm like see-through. So I get sunburned. From a light bulb. You guys know that, man.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but now that
I have like 100 SPF on right now just in the house. Okay?
Bro, put it like this, man. I don't get shocked anymore, because once I got shocked one time, it was like, I won't do that again. So now I know how to keep from getting shocked, man. So I'm not scared to do it. Once you get shocked, you're not scared to get shocked anymore.
Yeah,
because you're gonna do things not to get shocked. So that's why I say,
you learn real quick, man.
It's funny you said that, because I got shocked one time about 10, 12 years ago. I was working on this light fixture in a closet in our church, our former church, and I'm up on this ladder, and there's commotion everywhere. And my wife yells at me about something. I said, "Huh?" And I forgot nobody, and I hit that wire. I was like this. I was like, I had this warm surge run through me, man. Yeah. I sounded like Sylvester and Tweety for about 10 minutes. I sounded like Porky Pig.
We cooking something? What's going on? Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, so we're going to get to our Thanksgiving tips, because I'm telling you right now, I'm with 2 legit amateur chefs, if you will. Certainly 2 grill masters and 2 guys who can actually get it done in the kitchen too. So we're going to help the people out, because God knows I'm no help. So let's get it back here to the Eagles, as somebody once said famously. Looking at it realistically, guys, from a playoff standpoint, 5-6. Now the beauty is you get 17 games, as what we're accustomed to almost our whole lives here with the 16 games. So you get the extra game for the Eagles. 2 Giants, 2 Washington football team. Yeah. Mix the Cowboys and the Jets in there. What a disaster the Jets are too on a million different fronts. But I think it's very realistic. I think 9 could potentially do it. A 9 and 8 spot could potentially do it for you. I don't think it's quite as ugly as it was last year, where like nobody seemed to want this thing. It's a little bit different, but still, it's not a great conference. Like, I don't think winning the division is realistic with the Cowboys ultimately, but getting in for sure. Where do you guys stand, Barrett? I'll start with you on that one.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's a very real opportunity. It's realistic for us to be able to go in and win the last couple of games that we have. I mean, these are bad teams, period, point blank. But we're not too far removed from being that bad team also. We just now have an identity. And, I mean, we could also get in by winning the division, and that's actual a true possibility. I mean, we can definitely win this division still, because Dallas hasn't wrapped everything up, and they have a kink in their armor now. Yep. We see the kink in their armor. And the kink is that they cannot stop the run. Mm-hmm. They can stop the pass. Don't throw the ball on them, but you can run the ball consistently on them. And that's the best defense against another team's offense, to keep them off the field. And
it's what the Eagles do the best.
And that's what we do the best. So, yes, it is a definite possibility. I think we will have some problems against the Washington football team, but it's nothing that we can't have. And, let's talk about Gannon. Gannon, he's shown the ability now, if he goes out and stops coaching scared, to stop people. He has the talent to do it. Mm-hmm. He's starting to see that talent, and they're starting to, reap the benefits of them being more aggressive. So I see that happening. They're blitzing more. They have a lot of confidence in TJ Edwards. They just gave him some new money. Mm-hmm. This team is starting to turn the corner, and it's because of the aggressive nature in which these coaches are coaching at is making it a true possibility that, yes, we can make the playoff if we continue to play this aggressive nature football.
Here's the way I see it, and people kind of snicker when I said this. I honestly believe they could run the table. When you look at the quarterbacks they're playing right now from this point on, name one of the quarterbacks that you fear. I mean, there's no Drew Brees, there's no Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
You know, they've already got past, Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. We're talking about Daniel Jones twice, Taylor Heineke. I don't know who's quarterback in the Giants. This is revolving doors. Mike White.
Wilson's back now.
Wilson.
Yeah, White and Flacco were down with COVID.
Yeah. Okay. So are you afraid of Zach Wilson? Okay. And Dak Prescott. I here's what's going to happen. Either Dallas is going to have the division wrapped up before that game counts, or Dallas may need that position for seeding. But if the Eagles are still in the fight and you got them right here in your backyard, the last game of the season, I like the Eagles' positioning. Now, the Eagles, if they beat the Giants, and we fully anticipate them beating the Giants this Sunday, although the Giants, when you look at the 3 wins, they can rise up and shock some people because all 3 of their wins have been quality wins. But if Dallas has a short week, Amari Cooper's not playing, okay? You have who was it? CeeDee Lamb has concussion protocol. He may not play Thursday.
Yep.
So, they still have Michael Gallup. They still have Cedric Wilson. Formidable. They still have a 2 deep, Tony Pollard and Zeke. And back then, the offensive line is still one of the best in the game. But, this team is playing on a short turnaround. I never thought Kansas City's defense could hold them to 9 points. Of all defenses, Kansas City hold them to 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that would happen. Now you got to play the Raiders at home, and the Raiders like to play high-scoring games. Mm-hmm. Can the Cowboys play a high-scoring game minus 2 of their 4 primary weapons on the outside? That remains to be seen. And like you said, if the Raiders identify they can run the ball, well, if Dallas loses that game and the Eagles win, all of a sudden the Eagles are that close to first place.
Yeah.
And Dallas's schedule is a lot more difficult down the stretch than the Eagles. So nothing is out of the realm of reality. And, and there's no dominant team in the NFC right now.
Nope.
You go week by week. We thought Tampa Bay was that team. Mm-hmm. They had 2-game losing streak. Yep. We thought Green Bay was that team. Well, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Now he's playing with a bum toe, and they just lost to the Vikings. Now they got to play the Rams, who are coming off a bye week, and the Rams are desperate. Okay,
they've lost.
The Rams are kind of a mess right now.
Yeah, But when they lost their wide receiver for the season, that really when they lost Robert Woods, that really hurt. Okay, so the Rams are not that team. Name somebody else in the NFC.
I think the Cardinals, who had they have the best record.
Yeah, and I give the Cardinals props, man, because they've been able to withstand Kyler Murray going down and DeAndre Hopkins. I think Cliff Kingsbury's done a hell of a job. But
I do too.
Gunnar, your point is well taken. Like, there's nobody where you sit here and you're like, oh my God, no chance.
No, but Green Bay showed you how to beat Arizona.
Yeah.
The same way the Eagles are winning games now. Run the ball. You can run the ball. You can run the ball in Arizona. As good as their defense is, as talented as they are, Kyler Murray ain't putting a damage on anybody if he's standing on the sideline. Green Bay had the ball 39 minutes against their offense to find a way to win that game. So there's a formula to beat some of these teams. And when you get to the playoffs, as you guys know, you flip the coin, roll the dice. There's no such guarantee right now. That you can say that about the AFC. There's no dominant team in the AFC right now. This is the most wide open the league has been in quite some time now.
Well, let me throw 2 more things at you guys, right? As we look at the stretch run here. The Eagles don't get on a plane, okay? Literally, do not get on a plane. You got a train to DC. You got a bus to North Jersey. That's it. That's it in terms of travel.
That's right.
And you guys know bad weather oftentimes is much better for a team that likes to run the ball.
Yep.
And that's what the Eagles are doing. So it doesn't matter what the conditions are if you're playing in the Northeast. That ain't going to affect them. Is it raining? Is it sleeting? Is it snowing? Is it cold as hell? Yeah. All right. So what? Mm-hmm. So what? All these things bode well for them. On top of it, you touched on the defense too. You think about it. The defensive line, which wasn't really playing up to speed, looks like it's starting to get there, right? Barrett, TJ Edwards, as you mentioned, playing pretty good linebacker right now. You potentially have a defensive player of the year candidate in Darius Slay, who takes the ball away every single week and is not only taking it away, taking it to the house. All these things we've been screaming for this team for so long: create turnovers, score on defense, put the offense in a good position to succeed. All these things are starting to happen slowly but surely.
Yeah, absolutely. And defensively, just the mindset of how he's calling defense now. He had to stop with this fear of going against big name quarterbacks. They put their pants on just like you do. And he had to, really, trust the guys that he has in the locker room. I mean, he has some great players that could really make a difference if you allow them to make a difference. If you allow them to play the game in which they, that they can get up and play more aggressively. Say what you want to say. Vontae Maddox, if you allow him to get up in the face, even though he's small, he's one of those gnats. He just want to, he's going to keep in your face. He's going to keep at you. He's going to keep gnawing at you, biting you. That's what he is. You got, two guys on the outside with experience in Nelson and Slay. I mean, those. It used to be that, all right, we used to, have to hold our breath on third down. We don't have to do that anymore because if you allow those guys to play in a more aggressive game, I like my chances against them going against any receiver in the league. And that's the difference between what we've had before and what we have now. We have guys that can legitimately cover. So what does that do? That releases your linebackers. Now TJ Edwards will play downhill. Once he started playing downhill and once he sees the double team, once he sees where the ball is going, he is firing like a rocket, going downhill and stopping the double team by picking off the double team and creating penetration. But also, Davion Taylor's like, oh, that works. Well, let me do the same thing. He starts playing that way. Yeah. Then it's like it becomes infectious. Now Singletary's like, oh, man, they're playing this young guy in front of me because I'm not playing aggressive. Let me go out there and start playing aggressive. And now he's making those impact tackles. Impact tackles are tackles either 3 yards before or 3 yards after the line of scrimmage. Now they're making them tackles instead of taking tackles 9 yards down the field. It's all about calling an aggressive game for Gannon. Once he figured out that it doesn't matter what they're doing across from him, it's what you do and what you call and how you activate your players as far as them being aggressive, then things are going to continue to turn around like they're turning around now.
The fact that the thing I like most about the defense is the fact they're starting to let the corners play bump and run. And with the corners' ability to play bump and run and to play it successfully, it's allowing that front seven to play a lot of more games in the trenches. And look at the way they've been attacking the quarterbacks now compared to the way they were showing these teams too much respect early on in the season. Now, again, you look at the plethora of quarterbacks they're going to play from here on in. I blitz on every down. Let my cornerbacks play bump and run. You're going to win. You're going to win a lot of battles. You're going to lose a couple of battles. That's the nature of the beast. The better defenses in the National Football League, their corners play a bump and run format, which forces that quarterback to pat the ball just about a second more sometimes, which also allows the defensive front to get closer to that quarterback. If you don't get him down on the ground, you're disrupting his line of sight. You're forcing him to throw the ball a little bit more awkwardly than he wants to. And it ends up as an incompletion or, as we've seen in recent games, an interception by the secondary.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to the Thanksgiving tips for the folks, let's look at this game Sunday against the Giants. It's kind of a weird situation. They fired Jason Garrett yesterday, and Freddie Kitchens has been elevated to offensive coordinator. But even Joe Judge wasn't even really clear who's going to be calling plays. They're a mess, right, on a lot of levels. If you watch the game Monday night against Tampa, they look just terrible. Saquon, they can't figure out how to use him, or I don't know if he's not healthy or whatever. Kenny Galladay's been a total bust as a signing. Daniel Jones is a turnover machine. I think he's got as many turnovers as touchdowns in his entire career. Their offensive line is a sieve. There's some issues there with this Giants team, which can be a little bit dangerous if you're the Eagles and you're sniffing yourselves a little bit. So what are you guys thinking about this game Sunday?
The thing that concerns me is Freddie Kitchens is now going to have more of an input in the offensive play calling. Freddie Kitchens is a good offensive mind. They have the weapons. You look at the weapons they have on the outside. They're like 4 deep on the outside. Now, you're right. That offensive line is a mess. But Saquon Barkley is so good at finding a seam and slipping through a hole. And I think he's one of the upper echelon backs in the National Football League. When he gets to that second level, he can run over you. He can run by you. He can embarrass a lot of people. And I'll go back to what I said a few moments ago. You look at the Giants' 3 wins. There are 3 quality wins when you look at their 3 wins. Now this is a team that's basically down on their luck. Their offensive coordinator is gone. They're going in a new direction. You don't even know what kind of game Freddie Kitchens is going to call. So early on, they have an advantage there. This game could be a lot closer than it really should be, in my estimation.
Barrett?
You know what? I'm going with the mindset that I don't care who they have on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. This Eagles team needs to continue what they're doing, and that's having their own identity, playing up to their strengths, and they shouldn't care about what they're going to do on the other side of the ball. Just play aggressive, and they continue to play aggressive. We're talking about a quarterback that's going to give us the ball. He's going to give us an opportunity to get some turnovers. And with the way that this offense is playing, they'll have the ball because that's a pass defense. That's a pass stopping defense. They have great corners. They have great secondary, but those guys up front are little. They're pass rushers. We're talking about a big offensive line against them. We're going to have to keep the ball on our side, for the major part of the game, keep that offense off the field, continue to bust them in the mouth and play our game. And I think this could be a convincing win. But, they're not going to, just run away with it like they did this last game. But it'll be a convincing win, and you'll know that the Eagles are a more dominant team than this Giants team.
Yeah, I think ugly win would be about right for this one. All right, so we got Thanksgiving tomorrow, guys. And first of all, happy Thanksgiving to you two, to your families. To
likewise.
You too, man. You
too.
Yeah,
man.
To the entire JAKIB Media family here.
You can always go get Chinese, bro. I know you always get Chinese food, man.
A couple of pizzas.
I'm not above that in the least. So I want to start with this. So I want to get Barrett, and then I want to get maybe some grilling tips from Gunner that would work for Thanksgiving as well. But Barrett, I know you are a really good cook in your own right, as is your lovely wife. So give us some of your favorites, some of your keys, what you're doing, what's on the game plan, what's up with the Brooks family.
Well, you know what? I like to roast a brisket. But my thing this year, I'm going with a turkey. I'm going with a Cajun turkey this time.
Cajun,
man.
Okay.
Yeah, Cajun turkey. I'll take some Cajun seasonings, and I put them in a cup. And then I've taken butter and melted butter in the cup, and put the seasoning inside it. I put some Italian seasoning in it also. The flakes, the paprika, all that stuff in there. And then I'll put in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then it becomes that like. Not hard, not all the way hard, but hard enough that I can take it and make it like a pasty type of deal. Okay. And I took it and stuck it inside the inner skin of my turkey, and I forced it in there. Since it's cold, so it didn't melt or anything. So I forced it in there all around inside the breast, all over the breast, underneath.
Isn't that abuse?
Yeah, it is, man. I felt kind of bad when I was doing it.
HR, line one.
I was like. This doesn't look, it doesn't feel too right either. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking I was gonna get charges for doing it. And I got it all in there, man. And then I took some, and I'm inject as soon as I get it. I'm gonna inject some more of that stuff in there. So I'm trying this out. I want a Cajun turkey this year.
Okay, I need pictures, man. I need pictures.
No question.
What's going on? All right. Yeah. All right, Gunner, how about you? Is the grill going to be fired up for this bad boy?
I'm not going to go grill this time. When it comes to the turkeys, we deep fry, we smoke turkeys. I have 4 different grills on my patio deck out there. This year we're going to air fry it, and similar to what Barrett does, I'll let a stick of butter sit out overnight and just get soft, and then I'll add stuff like rosemary, sage, and I can't tell you all the stuff I add to it. I mix it in like a paste, and I take it and I stuff it all under the skin. And then I'll take the turkey, wrap it up, and I'll set it in the fridge overnight. So about 8 or 9 hours, it will be sitting in there, and that butter concoction will become hardened, so that when I drop it in that air fryer, it just melts right into the meat. Now, what I will also do is I'll take orange juice, not bottled orange juice, but from freshly squeezed oranges, and inject it in the meat as well. Oh yeah,
that's different. That's next level, man.
I'll take it and inject it. Several times. And then, of course, I have this digital meat thermometer. When you air fry, your temperature has the meat. The meat's done when it gets to 165. And so I have to check it periodically. But I use a technique called spatchcock, which is you cut that backbone out of the bird and you hit it like you're giving CPR. You flatten the bird. And a bird, we're doing about a 15, 16-pound bird. A bird that normally takes 3 to 4 hours to do conventionally in the oven, you can have them done in about an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
So. You guys are unbelievable. I mean, I thought I was just going to get, you keep it in there for an hour and a half. No, you guys take
it. See, my wife is a real gourmet. As Barrett will tell you, my wife's a real gourmet chef, and she's making this apple crisp dessert.
What time should I come by?
Exactly.
Barrett, how many times I have to tell you? I'm
not even asking you, man. I'm calling your family.
Work and home are like church and state. I keep them separate for a reason. But Barrett has backdoored me a number of times and got in my house because he asked my wife and kids and bypassed me altogether. Like, how in the world did you get in here?
Okay.
He brought his daughter with him one time. I was like, I like the daughter better than
you can't turn his daughter down. You can turn him down. You can't turn his daughter down.
But this is what I did though. I wait till everybody was in the house. It's like 80 people in the house.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there and I go like this. It's like just from out of the blue. I start yelling, "No, Gunner, I'm not leaving. Why are you kicking me and my daughter out?"
In front of my guests. Yeah. In front of my guests.
So his wife turns around, his oldest daughter said,
"Hey, you got to do what you got to do." Here's all I say. I have lodged a formal protest against cranberry, any kind of cranberry. That's all I'm going to add. I'm out. Don't get it near me. I don't want it. If Grandpa or Uncle John wants some bubbles, you got it, man. Just
Yeah, it goes
have
good
What
on
is
pizza.
it?
It goes
What
good
is
on
it?
pizza.
roast. That's what it is.
Right.
It's skin on it. No, thank you. All right. So that's going to do it for us, guys. It was a blast.
Definitely,
Happy
bro.
Thanksgiving to both of you guys.
Same to you and your
bro.
family,
your
man.
families as well. And to everybody, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Philadelphia Eagles Thanksgiving Turkey Ball Special with D-Gun, with Barrett Brooks. I'm Rob Ellis. And again, reminder to everybody, just like the show and subscribe to JAKIB Media channel. It's been a blast, and we appreciate our great sponsors at Ocean Casino. Go for the shows. Go for the win. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And we're going to replay this. If you missed any of the show, you can catch us again on Thanksgiving on tomorrow. So everybody, happy Thanksgiving, guys. A pleasure. A lot of fun.
Likewise.
Have a great day, guys. Take care.